Hi, Andrea here, coming to you from Australia and the pretty town of Port Macquarie. Today's class will be all about when you have a really gritty back. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you're just a bit ouchy, when you feel you can't stand up straight, when everything is just that little bit sore and you're maybe a little bit kind of hunchy where it just hurts to stand up straight. These stretches may well help you. They certainly help me. Enjoy. So, we're going to start this lying down. So you can do it while you're in bed still if your mattress is supportive enough, or roll out your yoga mat, come down to your mat straight first thing in the morning and get ready to ease out that lower back. So you're going to start off lying down. Bring your knees together and just walk your feet wider so they're kind of mat width apart. Pressing into your feet, just lift your hips up. Get that sense of your spine being as straight as you can get it, and then slowly lower the hips down. You want to feel that your hips and your shoulders are aligned lying down. Bring your arms out to the side, and you can keep your eyes closed or have them open, and just take a deep breath in. And then exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Fill your lungs, fill your belly, and exhale, release the belly, release the chest, relax the shoulders. One more deep breath in through the nose. Fill your lungs, fill your belly lift, and as you exhale, release the belly, release your chest, and relax those shoulders. Now, keeping the knees together, push into your feet, lift your bottom up, draw your bottom over to the left side of the mat, and then lower your knees over to the right, turning your head to the left. This should feel a really nice stretch for your lower back. You might hear a little click. It should be a good click. It often is for me, and it just releases something. Staying here for as long as you like. Deep breathing through the nose. And exhaling through the nose, release. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the breath. Pushing into your feet, start to bring the knees back up to center. Push into the feet, lift your bottom up. Shift your bottom to the right side of the mat. Drop your knees to the left. You can turn your head in the opposite direction if that feels nice for your neck. And then just relax the hips, let everything sink down, taking your deep, slow, even breaths. Again, you can pause and stay here as long as you like, or pressing into your feet, lift the knees up, bringing your hips back into alignment with your shoulders. Let the knees drop in one more time. On your next inhale, bring your arms up long, fingertips pointing to the ceiling. Now think about your Uddiyana Bandha, your core muscles. So I want you to squeeze from your bottom, underneath you, your perineum, your Mula Bandha, and I want you to keep your perineal muscles engaged, your pelvic floor muscles, and then start to draw up in front of you, past your pubic bone, up towards your belly button, sucking those muscles up and then gently squeezing them in. Now release all of those muscles by about 50%, but you want to try and keep them engaged throughout this. And then reach the hands up so your shoulders lift off the mat. Exhale, release the shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms, shoulders lifting. Exhale, release. Take another deep breath in, lengthen your arms, spread the fingers wide. And then as you exhale, let your arms come out behind you. Maybe they'll come to the floor, maybe not. Wherever you are at is perfect for you. And then very slowly start to bring your arms out wide in a big circle either side and bring them back to where we first started. Keeping that bunda engaged, separate the knees and just heel toe your feet together until they're hip width apart. If you're not sure what your hip width is, make a fist with your fingers and hand, clench, bring it between your knees. That's your hip width. Check your feet out, are they hip width apart? And then release yourself down to the mat. Drawing belly up and in, press your lower back into the mat. Keeping the belly pulling up and in, drop your knees to one side. Coming back to center, dropping them to other side. We're not going all the way down. It's just a gentle rocking motion from side to side, easing out the lower back, but keep your core fired up. That's going to protect your lower back. And then coming back to center. Bring one knee up, squeeze it into the chest, squeezing it in tightly. Bring the other knee up, squeeze it into the chest. And here you've got two options. I've got a slightly dodgy knee, so I tend to wrap my arms behind my thighs to squeeze my knees to the chest. Feels really good. If you don't have knee issues, wrap your arms around your shins, pull them up and in. You might be able to bring them in further, but trust me, arms behind the thighs, you can bring the knees much higher. And what that does is it just stretches out the lower back because you're pulling your butt cheeks off the floor, squeezing in, and it feels amazing. Pausing here for a few seconds, and then release the left foot to the mat. Keep the knee bent, look after your lower back. Interlace fingers over the shin, just below the knee, and then squeeze the right knee into the chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then keeping hold of the right knee with the right hand, bring left hand to left hip. Now draw that right knee over towards your right shoulder. You'll feel a stretch in the lower back and down the back of the right thigh. It should feel quite nice. And then release back to center. Take hold of the right knee with the left hand, and you're going to pull that knee up and diagonally up and over towards your left shoulder. It won't go very far, but you'll get a lovely stretch down the outer right thigh and hip. And gently, lovingly release it back to the mat. Draw the left knee in, squeeze it up and in towards your chest. Pull as tight as you can till you feel the stretch down your lower back and in that hip. Hold on with the left hand, slide it over to the left shoulder. And you really want to be pulling it quite hard to get that lovely deep stretch. Then releasing, swap hands, right hand to left knee, drawing it diagonally up and over like you're trying to get it to the right shoulder. If you can get it there, you're amazing. I can't. You're coming just till you feel that stretch, that thigh and hip. And release, bringing the foot to the mat. Now come back to the right leg again and bring it up. Point it up to the ceiling. Flex the foot, push the heel away. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. And then bring your hands behind that thigh. Keep the foot flexed, so like you're trying to push the heel up, you'll feel it down the back of the calf, back of the thigh. Pull the toes down towards you and then draw that leg up towards you. Now, if you're feeling pain in the leg, bend the knee a little bit. With time, you'll get to straight leg. So whatever stage you're at is good for you. Now, clasping the hands behind the thigh, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to walk the hands up behind the leg, coming to the calf, the ankle, or maybe reaching the foot if that's in your practice. I'm going to stay with hands just behind my lower calf. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, see by bending your elbows if you can pull your knee to your nose, nose to your knee. Pausing here for a couple of breaths. And then slowly release the head and shoulders, bend the knee, give it a little squeeze into your chest, and release to the mat, coming to the other leg. So again, hands clasped behind the thigh, toes pointing up, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. And keeping it flexed, take another deep breath in. And start to walk the hands up, drawing nose to knee, knees to nose, knees to nose, nose to knees. Pausing here for a couple of breaths. And then slowly, lovingly replace head and shoulders. Walk hands back down. Bend the knee, squeeze it into your chest and release. Bringing them back to roughly hip width apart and T-shape your arms. Now we're just going to rock from side to side again. And with each turn of rocking the knees, dropping them from side to side, you might find yourself coming a little bit deeper down to the floor. You want to feel the stretch in the waist. And most importantly, you want to think about keeping your Uddiyana Bandha engaged. And as both legs come over to the left, I want you to pause here. Just leave them here. Now you can stay here, or you can bring the right knee over to the left, right foot on top of the left. You can bring left hand to the thigh if it feels good. Or you can extend right leg long, take the big toe, and come to a full twist. Always options. You can then, if it feels nice for your neck, turn your head the other way. So either staying in a full twist, or knees and feet together, hand on the thigh, or arms out to the side, whatever's going to work for you today. But do try and turn your head over in the opposite direction. Try and relax your shoulders. Breathing here, deep, slow, even breaths. And then releasing your big toe if you're in a full bind, bringing left arm out to the side. Get your core firmly engaged. Squeeze the muscles underneath your perineum. Squeeze the muscles leading up to your belly button to bring the legs back up to center. And then you're going to drop them over to the right. Now again, you can stay knees not together, feet not together, or bring the feet together, the knees together. You can stay there, or bring right hand to the left thigh to deepen the twist, or take hold of the big toe with the right hand and come to a full supine twist. Head turning to the left. And again, relax your hips, relax your legs, relax your shoulders. Deep, slow, even breath here. And you can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, releasing the big toe, bringing the knees together, engaging Bandha to bring your knees back up to center. Push into your feet, lift your hips up, realign your spine. Slowly, lovingly hug knees back to your chest, either hands in front of shins or behind the knees, behind your thighs. Squeeze the knees in towards you. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, can you lift up and tap your nose to your knees a couple of times? And then releasing head and shoulders down. Hold behind your thighs and start to rock and roll up and down your spine. Maybe coming up to seated position like that. If that's too much for you today, hug the knees in, roll to your side, press into your hands and push yourself up to your seated position. Hopefully your back's feeling a little bit less scritchy, a little bit less sore. Have a nice day.